Hello there, outliers. Niyama Shang here, and welcome to today's conversation. The topic of today's conversation is you can't reach your next level by getting better at your current one. You can't reach your next level by getting better at your current one. Today, like I'm coming with the premise here with that, like most of us outliers, we don't get stuck because we're not capable. But we get stuck because we're trying to keep preparing for the next level rather than just committing to it. And I'll tell you why I know this because I found this is happening for me right now here. So let me bring you into the story. So right now, you're catching me at a time where we're bringing together a new iteration of the Outliers Edge world. And I say iteration, I think that's the proper term because we've been building off of a central premise and central idea of creating incredible experiences and conversations and coaching experiences for the last 2 years here in particular, and then like 5 years before then in kind of more ad hoc ways. So right now, I'm at a place where I found myself today realizing that generally speaking, I'm ready. We should be at a place where we're hosting daily calls with multiple people for about 3 hours every single day. And instead of sending out more invitations to bring more people on, what I'm doing instead is I'm finding another system that needs to be set up or another email that I need to put out there because, well, once people come in, I want to make sure they have a really smooth experience, so on and so forth. And what I'm finding is like it's not necessary. It's not necessary. This is I call this. I'm getting kind of caught in like a before I can loop, right? Like I need to finish this before I can go and step into my next level. I need to check and make sure everything is going to work exactly right before I can get to. I can like reach out to people and bring them in. And why this became important here was that I realized that in order to reach that next stage there's some things that are impossible for me to really understand or plan for or work through from my current understanding of how things work. All right. I'm at a level, it's almost like being inside of a building and knowing generally what the layout is of every single floor. You're like, oh, floor one is kind of like floor two, like floor three. But it's like impossible to know like the exact seat of where someone's sitting or something like that, right? It's like I can see the blueprint, but until I actually go up to that floor, until I actually go to that next level, I'm just guessing. And the I when I was working at Deloitte, they had this common phrase that would say, when you want to go for your next role, when you want to get promoted, like oftentimes you have to do like your current job to a great extent, but also do the next job, right? And demonstrate that you're already ready for the promotion. And that's more likely to get you promoted than it is to just be really, really, really good at your job. So like, just kind of bringing in some of like the year end kind of numbers. Let's say I don't remember what the exact system was, but let's say like five was you weren't doing great, and one was you're doing really, really, really well. You're like exceptional, beyond star, superstar, all that stuff. They're like, it might be better to get a three in the year that you want to get promoted, but demonstrate yourself doing the work of the next level than to try and go for a one and show how great you are at what you're currently doing without having done any work of what is required of you next. And I kind of had that sense here. I kind of felt like I'm in that place of like the before I can. Let me show that I know what I'm talking about, that I have all the systems set up. Let me show that I can get this thing completely good to go before I jump over to the next level. Where in your world right now might you be playing in this before I can loop? What steps are you putting in front of you that is going to make you exceptional at what you are currently doing, but not really showing or giving you a chance to play at the level beyond the level that you're really supposed to be on, right? And so, like, I'm calling this here, like, I see the before I can, and I got caught in a readiness trap, right? This readiness trap is a place where I was asking myself, am I ready? And one of the hidden kind of mantras that I have is this mantra that says, I'm already ready. And a lot of times I don't know. And like this is part of this is now moving from the standpoint of finding out too late that I was already ready, and starting to move through life with the underlying assumption that or underlying assumption or underlying question of like, what if I'm already ready? What if I'm already ready? And this gets caught in like I get caught in a readiness trap. Like will I be able to handle what is necessary at the next level? If I just spent more time preparing, wouldn't that make it that much smoother or easier or whatever it is that I'm trying to protect myself from at this point? If I don't prepare properly, if I'm not exactly ready yet, what happens if I launch it and people are interested and then it hits crickets at the wall because I couldn't step into it? Well, the thing here is that I'm trying to solve all those problems from like a level or two below where I'm at. It's almost like me being like, okay, if I go up to the fourth floor, like what's the exact path I need to go to be able to get to someone's office? And by the way, I've never been to the fourth floor. You know, it's like sometimes you just need to get like move yourself up to that level and get things started. And then once you're there, allow the dust to settle as it is. I say this as though I'm talking to you, but I promise you, I'm also talking to myself. I want to be able to come back to this in the future when I find myself in that readiness trap and come back to this and be like, you've already solved this one. You've already solved this one here. What if you're already ready? So, like, ask yourself here. I want to just make sure that this is real here. Uh, where in what places in your life right now might you be waiting to go to the next level? Might you be waiting for permission or trying to get everything perfectly set up first when you're already ready? Where are you already ready? And what would you do about it from there? So now, like I'm at this place here where it's like, all right, it's time for me to start redirecting my effort. All right. And so the redirecting my effort is really coming from the standpoint of saying, like, I think we're good enough. There's some things where I have left like placeholders. I'll go fill in those placeholders. But starting next week, we gotta go live. Right. And when I say starting next week, it's like starting today, I have to start sending out invitations. I have to move back into connecting with people so that I can bring them into my world. And it's been really interesting as I do this because this is a little bit behind the scenes, but a lot of what I'm talking about seems like I'm talking about like the actions of what needs to get done. But underneath just like those actions, there's actually some more things that need to take place as well. And I want to make sure that I'm like capturing that properly. So one of the things that's happening right now that I'm starting to identify as my level shift is is moving from like a personal brand solopreneur kind of mentality to a world builder. All right. To one where it's not about like the strength of my coaching or like how great my insights are, but instead it's about the gravity of the space that we can bring together, the people that we're able to bring in, the how excellent what they're doing and what they're accomplishing happens to be, and the types of experiences, events, and things that we're putting into that overall environment that will help people be successful. And I like that's a newer recognition to understand that like, oh, the more that I keep playing the personal brand game, even if I call it Outliers Edge, it's still like Outliers Edge with Niyama Shang. The more that I play that personal brand game, the more I'm still playing at my same level. And most of the things I'm doing, even with like bringing people onto the master class and having other people come on and host and all that, that's all like it's all me protecting myself from having to leave the personal brand world that I know and step into something that would be a real brand without me, a real world without me that other people can go in and have a different experience of. It's something that I remember from my community days, but I haven't made that connection fully from an entrepreneurship or creating perspective. So I wanted to like bring that in. And what's happening is that the more that I try and solve personal brand problems, like who's my avatar and where's this is going, and like all those kinds of that bucket of questions, uh, the longer it takes for me to actually make forward progress. Um, because the problem is that again, like I'm trying to solve the problem from the wrong level. It's like it's geographically I'm in the right place, but I'm on the wrong dimension with it. And so I wanted to bring that into this space here and play. Like, where are you right now trying to reach your next level by just becoming really, really good at what you're currently doing, by shoring up what you're currently doing, as opposed to giving yourself the space to really make something come out of it, right? If you find yourself in that before I can loop, like give yourself a chance to like see like is any more back end work really needed, or can I actually start bringing this to life? And if you find yourself in a readiness trap, ask yourself the question: what if I'm already ready? What if I'm already ready? And then the question then becomes like, how can you redirect your effort into something that's more visible, something that moves you up the ladder, even if it means that you're gonna that other things are going to be performing at a lower level, right? Because, or let me say this: other things aren't going to perform as high as you want them to perform. And that goes back to the idea of like, hey, when you're trying to get promoted, you're probably going to do your job and the next job. And it's probably better to do your job pretty solidly and also start doing some of the beginning of what the next role requires of you, as opposed to trying to be a superstar in your job but never giving yourself the opportunity to demonstrate that you can play at the role beyond that, right? Kind of in that place right now where I'm like, I'm trying to get it so right, and it's like I'm already ready, and I'm ready enough to at least step into whatever the next stage is, next level is. So with that here, please leave a comment. Let us know if you have anything you want, like you have any thoughts on that at all. If you haven't yet, you can please come and join us inside of the Outliers Edge community. This is our world where we take the things that we're talking about here and we put it into practice. So if you want a chance to go and practice this here, we meet on Tuesdays where you get a chance to practice being all of who you are. We call it Own Your Outlier. Come join us. And like, I'd love to see you own your outlier. Come practice owning that with us. That would be so much fun. That would be fun. And if why I say it's fun is that I realize on my end here, this is the invitation I want to make. I want to be with people who are up leveling in real time, and the first place we up level is your identity. And so, come join us inside of the Outliers Edge school group. You can go to school.com/outlier and then show up here and get 7 days of your level up launch, and you can come and get this experience here that I'm talking about. All right. Leave any comments. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have from here, and I will catch you on the next conversation. All right. Be well. All right, cool. So for any of you that are watching live, I'm going to just spend some time talking to you. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to give a little bit of like the behind the scenes on it. Hey, Brendan, I saw you earlier here. I wanted to make sure I said hi. Y'all are getting a chance to see me create my thought leadership in real time. This is a fun way that I like to create in the world, which is to show up. There's something about having what feels like an audience available to me that gets me to shape my words in a way that can actually be beneficial to people. And so like you'll see me come onto this space and talk, share, create different videos that will then be used by my team to help us get out into the world. And I wanted to share a little bit of like just kind of show that kind of behind the scenes-ness of it all. So when we get into these spaces, I'll probably be doing some things where I move in between, where I might spend 5 to 10 minutes on a specific topic that is that we want to create to share out with the world, and then come back and talk to y'all and see what's going on inside of your world here, right? So if you're like, now we're in a kind of like that behind the scenes kind of feel. So feel free if there's any questions you have of me, anything that comes up for you when it relates to you stepping into your next level, whether it's the you know the before I can loop, the readiness trap, how to redirect your effort. Like, let me know. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. The other thing here, I'll put this into the chat. I don't know if everyone has it yet, but we have. I'm going to put in the chat real quick here the link to the Outliers Edge school group. I want to come see you. Come join us on the Own Your Outlier session that's happening on Tuesday this week. Let me just make sure I put the link in here first. And this has been interesting for me to see and experience, because each time I come in, I'm getting a little bit more feel of how this should go and what the flow should be. So I like playing that one. This is the first time I've like pulled out afterwards, after like recording and then coming out and talking. I think that there's that energy feels right where it's like if I'm in the middle of I've done the things where I've been in the middle of it and I start talking and I start calling people out in the middle. That will happen on some sessions, but this one felt really good to just like deliver the thought leadership and then come and just chill with y'all. All right. If I was in a I could see myself having like an hour block and recording 3 to 5 different ones of those kinds of conversations or thought leadership pieces, and then talking to y'all in between, seeing what's real and going off from there. So leave comments, leave things in here because I'm reading it and it helps make sure that I see what's going on. Um, all right, cool. So if anyone has any comments in here, I'm happy to answer some, and I'll stay on for about like another 30 seconds, and then otherwise I'm going to go and uh, use this to make sure that I'm not stalling for my next level and start sending out some invitations. Would love to hear about some of the things that you're doing right now, and some of the places that are getting you stuck as well. If you have any questions for me, like let me know. I'm happy to happy to spend some time answering it. Yeah, it's been cool. It's been cool as we do this year. I'm seeing the traction. I'm seeing what like the internal lessons that are coming on board. Uh, I'm looking forward to once I want to have both me doing it in the kind of the regular um, landscape, like with my web page. But I'm also looking forward to getting onto the phone. I had a time where I came on the other day while I was out on a walk. I was also wearing my pink glasses, but it was we got just significantly higher number of people coming to watch it. I was like, oh, I wonder if it's because it's vertical, if it's because I'm outside, if it's because of the pink glasses. It's like, what's this guy doing? Um, but I wanted to share that here as well as like just sharing kind of like what's happening on the inside of it all or behind the scenes of it all. All right, y'all. So I think we're good here on this space. But yeah, any of y'all have any questions, like you know where to find me. I'm inside of the school group. Just go to school.com/outlier and we'll keep playing from there. All right. But yeah, like to give us that kind of like live extra special. You got to go behind the scenes with me on it. All right. Talk to you soon. Till next time we talk. Peace. No, but realistically, be you on purpose. Journey on.